Why do so many women end up carrying the weight of communication while the man disappears into silence? Sometime last year, during a small gathering, a woman was sharing her experience with a partner. She said every time she tried to talk about her feelings, he would shut down completely. Not angry, not yelling, just gone. Emotionally absent. Physically present, but mentally locked away. Now, she said, I kept trying to understand him, but how do you talk to someone who refuses to talk back? Can someone tell me that? You could hear the exhaustion in her voice. Now, not loud enough. Not that loud exhaustion, right? The quiet kind that builds up after months of trying to hold a relationship together by yourself. She wasn't asking for much. Just clarity, just honesty, just a conversation. And as she spoke, it became obvious what the real issue was. Stop tolerating silence from men who owe you communication. Ladies, hear this. Silence is not masculinity, it is emotional immaturity. Too many women are suffering in relationships because the men they love cannot manage a basic conversation. A man goes quiet when you ask for clarity. He gets irritated when you ask for honesty. He shuts down when you express your feelings. But here's what you don't realize. Silence is not communication. It is avoidance. Silence is easier than accountability for men who refuse to grow. And somehow you end up feeling guilty for wanting communication. No, sis. Communication is the minimum requirement for love, not a bonus. A man who can't speak cannot lead. A man who can't explain cannot connect. A man who can't open up cannot build a future with you. Some men weaponize silence. They use it to punish you, control you, or avoid responsibility. You're crying, explaining, asking, trying, and he's just quiet. Yet deep down, he knows silence gives him power because it keeps you unstable. A relationship is not a guessing game. You should not need detective skills to understand your partner. You are a woman, not an investigator. Never beg a man to talk. Never chase words from someone who refuses to communicate. A man who values you will want to be understood and we want to understand you. A man who keeps you in confusion is a man who enjoys your emotional instability. Remember this. A queen does not sit in silence waiting for a boy to find his voice. She moves where communication is natural, consistent, and safe. So stop letting men hide behind silence while you carry the relationship. Now, the lady, when she finished talking that day, someone in the room whispered, if silence was an Olympic sport, some men would bring home gold. I didn't laugh. It was the truth. But this was a serious issue to me. And deep inside, I understood exactly why she said it. Because here's the truth. You deserve a love that speaks, not one that leaves you guessing. Choose the kind of communication that builds you, not the kind that breaks you in quiet pieces. Because the more you unpack what communication actually looks like in relationships, the clearer it becomes that the emotional labor is rarely shared equally. Women express, explain, ask, initiate, while men often retreat the moment the conversation requires openness. And that made me think,